Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Matt Gaetz, he just got some really good news after Christmas. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please check that address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@ExplainAmerica. And when you get there, please hit subscribe, absolutely free. It really helps us out. Matt Gaetz, there was this horrible report released about him. And you have to remember, the Biden Justice Department, Merrick Garland, Attorney General, heard all this evidence, decided not to prosecute Mr. Gaetz because the evidence is weak and flimsy. It's just accusations. There are accusations against so many Congress people. Well, now, as everybody's starting to say, they're already giving hints in Florida, the Attorney General there, that they're not going to touch this case. And of course, it appears that the Trump Justice Department is not going to touch this case. And Gaetz is not going to be punished. Not going to be punished because there's no evidence a crime was committed. If he committed the crime, and if evidence comes forward that he committed these crimes, then he should be punished. But I haven't seen it, and I've seen enough hoaxes that I know I want to see evidence, rock solid evidence. And if there was not enough evidence for the Biden Justice Department to prosecute Matt Gaetz, then that says a ton as far as I'm concerned. The fact that it doesn't appear the Trump administration or Florida are going to prosecute him for it, well, that's a massive gift to him right as Christmas time came. So, Mr. Gaetz, if you are innocent, then I think it's fantastic. I want you guys to watch this video on it and let me know what you think in the comments.
I was not surprised by any of this because a lot of these allegations have been out there already. You remember the federal government investigated this first, and they decided there wasn't enough proof to move forward with criminal charges against a sitting congressman. And the reason is because the two witnesses here had some credibility issues. Number one was Joel Greenberg, Matt Gaetz's former wingman, the tax collector in Seminole County, who's sitting in prison right now, serving an 11-year sentence for, among other things, child sex trafficking. And the other person was the then 17-year-old girl who lied about her age to start a site on Seeking Arrangements, and then is now a member of the adult film industry. So the feds thought that they needed more corroboration. They didn't get it, so they didn't file charges. But the House continued with the investigation, and Speaker McCarthy, his biggest enemy is Matt Gaetz, and I have to believe he was pulling some of those strings. And now here we are with this embarrassing report about to be released.
Dave, the Justice Department, as you mentioned, they investigated here. They never brought charges. Is that a done deal, or is there potential for that to be revisited in light of the committee's findings?
I think that if the Merrick Garland Justice Department decided they would not bring charges against Matt Gaetz, then the Donald Trump Justice Department certainly won't either, especially because, remember, Matt Gaetz was appointed Attorney General of the United States by Donald Trump until he had to withdraw his nomination, even after all this stuff was out there. So, no, I think at the federal level, there will not be a prosecution of Matt Gaetz. Now, it's always possible that state prosecutors can prosecute Gaetz for the child sex trafficking. There is no statute limitations for that crime, but you'd have to have solid proof that not only did he have sex with the then 17-year-old girl, but that he paid her. And according to the report that has been released, at least the part we know, he paid her $400 in cash, not Venmo. The Venmo came later, so it's going to be much harder to prove there was a payment of money in exchange for sex. So I don't anticipate there will be criminal charges against Matt Gaetz, but this is the kind of thing that will live on in the court of public opinion.
And Gaetz has teased running for office again. Is there anything the committee or any of the lawmakers at this point can do to prevent that or get in his way somehow?
Only the voters can stop that. Assuming there are no criminal charges against Matt Gaetz, then only the voters can stop him from running for office. There was a lot of chatter that he will run for governor of my state here in Florida in 2026. He'll have to go through some other big-name Republicans first, and then it'll be up to whoever Donald Trump endorses. And now with this report out, I think it's less likely that Trump endorses him. He doesn't want to be associated with this. So there's nothing to stop him from running for higher office if he wants to, unless the prosecutors hold him up in court and put him in behind bars. That could put a crimp in his plans, but I do not expect prosecutors to file charges even after this report comes out.
All right. Florida State Attorney Dave Aronberg, thank you.
Thank you.